What's up, Namie Amuro fanatics? This is Steven, and I'm back with another photo analysis. This time I'll be analyzing the album covers of Namie Amuro's compilation album, Best Fiction. And let's start with the CD-only version. And this cover is, to me, it's alright. It's decent. It's enough, but it just seems like there could have been more. It's like her expression is a bit on the nose. It's not quite here or there. It's just sort of like, I'm here. I'm taking a picture. Hey, don't I look beautiful? And yeah, Namie does look beautiful as always. But I just feel like there could have been more. And let's see. I think like her, it's like a lot of Photoshop with this album cover. And I've heard that the Photoshop is supposed to play into the theme Best Fiction, because fiction and Photoshop is like, hey, Photoshop is not really real. Like the results that you get aren't really real, or they aren't really authentic. Is a better word. Which, to be fair, Best Fiction is a bit it's a bit difficult to make a photo shoot revolving around the theme Best Fiction. However, I think it could have been done better than this photo. I think the photo misses the mark of the theme as well. The photo itself isn't extremely awesome. You know, it isn't extremely out of the ordinary. It's just like, hey, it's just Namie there. And on her finger, she has a ring there, and that's interesting. But is anyone really checking for that at this point? At this point, it may be more so a distraction than anything. And you know, this is a beauty shot, and in a beauty shot, your face is supposed to sell the picture, since that's the only thing that's in the picture is pretty much your face, you know, as well as, you know, your hair and stuff. But pretty much a beauty shot relies pretty much on facial expressions, and I don't think that the facial expressions were the best, but they were enough. Like if you look at Namie's eyes, like, you know, they're there, but I guess it could have been a bit more life behind her eyes as well. Like her lips, like, you know, what is she really saying with that expression on her lips? You know, I don't really understand that. So this is more like Best Mystery to me instead of Best Fiction. I'm like, hey, what are you, like, what are you trying to tell us, Namie? What are you trying to tell us, Namie? But, you know, it's a decent photo. But hey, let's move on to the DVD and CD version of Best Fiction and that album cover. Okay, this album cover, I like this album cover. It's a good album cover for me. Again, I think it sort of misses the mark as far as the theme is concerned. Like, I don't really see Best Fiction incorporated into this theme at all. It's like Namie's leaning on a car. But she looks good. Again, Photoshop is present in this photo as well. Definitely. Her hairstyle, you know, she's coming with the hair in this photo. And, you know, I think it works, you know. It is a bit much, but I think she pulls it off well. You know, sometimes some women can get lost in their hair, and it gets to the point where it seems like the hair is wearing them versus, you know, the women wearing the hair. And she has that ring on again, but this time it's not really, no one really cares about it, since, you know, it's not like right in your face, right? And, you know, the clothes she has on looks pretty nice. You know, they look nice, respectable, and interesting. You're like, hey, it looks pretty decent. And the car she's leaning on is interesting as well. I wonder what kind of car it is. Perhaps a Cadillac? Who knows? But I'd say again, the theme of best fiction, I don't really understand that theme in relation to this photo. I don't really see the connection. However, you know, I think this would probably be more like best romance, maybe. Her facial expression is pretty interesting here. It's a bit, it's a bit more like alluring. It's like, hey, like it has like it has like sex appeal with it, and it's like, hey, wonder what I'm thinking. All right, can you guess what I'm thinking? Kind of like that. It's like a bit, more like, come here, or look at me, or it has more going on this time around. The facial expression does, and the coloration is interesting. It's like pink, and I don't really picture Namie as a pink type of girl, so to speak. A woman that would be wearing pink, or all about pink or whatever. But it looks nice, and I think it works well. It goes well. I can't really imagine the photo or the album cover without the pink at this point. So I guess, mission accomplished there. And, her body language, the positioning of her body is pretty cool too. Like she's leaning on the car, her arm is in a good position. There's a lot of activity going on in this photo, and the pose is really good. The pose works really well. She's given sex appeal, but she's not being trashy with it. And, the pose helps with that sex appeal. Helps support the sex appeal. She has some bracelets on, but again, you don't really notice that because she's doing like this pose, and her facial expression is really strong. So it's not like, I guess if this was a fashion shot, then perhaps you might have been missing the mark. But since it's a album cover shot, mission accomplished, I suppose. I think ultimately the theme best fiction was not represented in either photo. So at this point, you would just have to go based upon which photo is better. As well, which, just having a good photo. Like if you can't interpret the theme, if the theme is too difficult, too abstract, or you just forgot about the theme, at the very least, just have a good photo. That can save you. Just have a good photo, And here, as well as the CD version, I think both photos are good photos. However, I think that the CD plus DVD version of the album cover is the better photo. And the reason I think that is because I just think there is a lot going on in the photo that works for the photo. The body positioning, the facial expression, the hair as well. I think it all mixes well together. But to be fair, the beauty shot cover is more difficult because it's just Namie. Like her face in the beauty shot, she can only rely on her face. However, if she had had a stronger facial expression, it perhaps could have worked to her advantage. And to be fair, it is difficult to do shot of a person's body as well because they have more to concentrate on. They have to worry about their body positioning, their facial features, like their facial expression, the way that the clothes look on them. With the beauty shot, you don't really have to worry about all that, but you have less to work with as well. So I think ultimately, the CD plus DVD version of the album cover works better for me, because I think Namie worked this better than the beauty shot. Not saying that Namie can't do a beauty shot, but I just think that in this situation, the the shot of her body is better than the shot of her face. But oddly enough, if they had took the facial expression from the CD plus DVD version and put it on the CD only version, that would have worked better than the facial expression she had on the CD only version. So if they just take the face from the CD plus DVD version and put it on the CD only version as a beauty shot, you know, you'll be working with something there. But that's pretty much my opinion on the album covers for Best Fiction. I think they're nice. I prefer the CD plus DVD version. However, the CD version is decent. You know, it works. However, I guess it just plays with the theme, because when you buy the CD plus DVD version, you're getting more. So when you buy that version, then you'll be getting more of Namie, you know, in the picture, in the photo. But that's pretty much all I have to say. Feel free to tell me your opinions on the situation. Until the next video, adios and goodbye for now.